Mr. Toyoda. I am Steve Cropley, Autocar Magazine, London. We now know quite a lot about your interest in emotional cars, sporty cars. But can you tell us what it is about your research into your buyers that leads you to believe that this is the right course of action?
In the past, the NVH or the quality, well, these are the area you have appreciated the products, but for the future in the global competition, the countries like China, Korea, the developing markets, emerging markets are going to join in. So against such a background, we are the precursor frontier, and we try to further enhance the NVH and the other product quality, but we want to enhance the area of emotional aspects of the product as well, in order to win the further severe competition. And if possible, we want to step up the area of the excitement. That's what we call the waku waku, doki doki, like a pounding heart with excitement, and also the environmental area. So, and if I may, the car has to be fun. Otherwise, it has no value.
The Sunday Times and Motorsport magazine. You say your slogan for the show is fun to drive. Can you give us some specific examples of ways in which all Toyotas, and not just the sporting versions, will become fun to drive in the future?
Well, car is a product. There is one difference from the other means of mobility or the transportation. Well, for example, the moving from point A to B. So, where the car is, well, they are just the thing that provides the freedom to the driver. Well, for example, if you take a train, well, you always take the same fixed route, and you have to get off at the fixed point. Like that's called station, of course, the train station. And but when it comes to the cars, which route to take. Well, as long as there is a road and the surface on which you can take the four wheels on, then, well, even with a pedal or some waters, that you can still go on the road. So that's the freedom of the movement, freedom of the decision making that's left at the hand of the drivers. So the driver has a freedom, and that's the characteristic of the car. So no matter how it looks, well, the 3-row seats or the types of usage, well, for example, for family and their purposes, but the drivers can still enjoy and something emotional. So that's the particular part we would like to stick to. So whenever I say fun to drive, it's not limited to the sports car. So it applies to all vehicles that Toyota would make. So we would like to give the particular flavor in the aspect of the fun to drive. So that's how we would like to deliver a product to the customers.
Yes, please.
Mr. Toyoda.
Excuse me, can you use the microphone for the interpreter? Sorry.
Mr. Toyoda, one of your colleagues described what has happened to the Japanese car industry in the last year as though the four horsemen of the apocalypse had marched across. I know you've had other issues as well with the braking issue and recalls. Do you regard these things at an end now? And can you give us some idea of the efforts that Toyota has made to overcome things like the Fukushima disaster and also the floods in Thailand? Can you give us just a little picture of some of the efforts that have been made to keep production going?
Since I've taken up the position of the president, I have been facing with a lot of hardships and challenges. well, during which the women crisis, quality problems, so quality issues. Well, we were finally overcome or resolved those issues, and we were actually only 2 days after the women announcement about our commitment. So we have the global vision. We're going to enhance the further the quality, and then there was the great earthquake in the East Japan, only 2 days after. So at the beginning, the prediction was that we wouldn't be able to restart the production by the end of the year. Well, we did make the announcement that we're going to resume the production running again in November, but thanks to the effort of the people working on site, we were able to regain all the production capacity much earlier, actually in August. Why it could happen, it was because of the hard-working efforts of the people in the factory and the on-site. So and also the local community, they were lifting themselves, and also the suppliers based in that area, the affected area. So the amazing efforts and the commitment of the people working on site demonstrated the great strength. So it's not just it's not just from Japan, but the many other countries outside, but they extended their hand of help. So that was also something I should really give the credit to. And then so we have more or less overcome the issue, and we got the other sign of the good situation coming, and then there was the flood in Thailand. But actually, I was staying on track all the time as I went under the hardships, which was so no matter what challenges, but I always wish for the better car. I always held the policy to create the better car, the even better one, and I've never got distracted from that. Never, even once. And this time and elsewhere, we are quite proud that we are able to demonstrate the result of such effort, and also the here at the Tokyo Motor Show as well. So I want to contribute to the society, contribute to the stronger economy.
でまた将来のいい車作りに回していくというこの回転をですね、ぜひとも回していきたいというふうに思っております。創業から72年以上経っております。トヨタは、創業から72年
So it's been over 72 years since the Toyota started its operation.
日本で生まれましたが、今は世界でビジネスをさせていただいているグローバル企業になったと思っています。
So again, I would repeat. So it's been more than 72 years since Toyota had started its operation, and it was born in Japan. But now it has grown to be a global company operating in various parts of the world. And in every market, in every country, we're committed as a Toyota, as a company, to contribute to the society through car making, and it's unchanged. Regardless of the time, regardless of the place, and to live up to our commitment, what we need to do, the answer is to create the better car, and even better ones, to bring the smile to the users, brings the smile to the customers.
いう気持ちは今心が一つになり、非常にダイレクトにそっちに向かっていることだけは皆様にご報告させていただきます。
We have no, say, good enough idea what the future situation would be, but with the 300,000 employees all over the world, we have united as one, and we are heading for the same goal, and that's one obvious fact.
Hard for us to imagine the challenges that you are facing, especially this year. I would like to know where do you refuel, where do you get the energy that we saw today, especially in the presentation on the press conference?
So I love cars.
ですから、
So
この試練が
despite the fact that there are a number of issues and challenges to overcome, but I'm still happy to be able to work for a car company. And as an employee or the president of the car company, I have a lot of opportunities to drive cars, and nobody blames me for driving cars. And that's one of the benefits of being in my position. And the other mission of the company I work for, and also my personal goal in life is to create the good car and the even better car. So if I have the communication dialogue,
みんなと努力しているからこれが私のエネルギー源だという
driver, and also the working with my colleagues and the team members, I have the greatest pleasure. So
ですから車に乗る時間がなくなったらきっと私のエネルギー補給はできない
the time to drive, then that's actually the source of energy. So I'll be the person who has no energy if you take the time off me. And there were actually until 2 years ago there were a number of people who were like that. But now it's the dying species. And none of them who have no energy. With no time to drive the cars.
Russia, 2 years ago, you said that during interview, you said that there is a problem in Japan. Young people don't like cars, and Toyota organized a special Guizel village where couldn't reach by public transport. But what is this problem today? It might be a concept like Fan V is going to be one of decision of this problem.
So Fan V is in one word. Rather than the car in the future, but it's kind of like a smartphone with 4 wheels. So that's where the idea came from. So the young people nowadays are now losing interest in cars, like having interest less and less in cars, but I don't think so. I disagree with that. I think the car makers, are now breaking away from young people. So it is us who broke away from the young people. So in order to get closer as a car maker to young people, so we have decided to put the 4 wheels to the smartphone, and that's how we built that. So the drive, turn, and stop. That's the intrinsic, the performance or the characteristics of or the features of the car. But the Fan V has one more, which is to get connected. So that's quite important factors to keep the young people attracted. So it was sort of a missing piece. And also, so 86, GT86, Hachiroku, the compact engine rear drive sports cars, especially for the car enthusiasts. Well, I would say thank you very much for waiting for this long time. So that's the kind of car this long awaited, and it's finally there. So,
あの車は、正しい運転をすると正しい挙動をするような形で鍛えられました。そうすればきっとあの車と付き合うことによりもっともっと車のことを分かってくれる、今後も育てツールができたというふうに思っております。
Steve again, if we have no other questions.
Okay, John Sinister from the Independent on Sunday in London, in the UK.
Excuse me, can you repeat the first part of your question? The unfortunate.
The matter of the sticky accelerator pedals and the recall and so on. Do you think, in retrospect, the media treated you unfairly? And if you had your time again, would you have handled prices differently?
So first of all, let me say that well, there are a variety of quality issues, but well, in our long history as a company, so we want to use it as the very valuable experience or lessons from which we learned. So it was a learning opportunity, and we have to move on in such a way that we can call those things that way. So everyone, every member of Toyota, including myself, all over the world are now united as one, and we are all ready to listen to the voices of customers more than we used to. Even more than we used to, and then we are now moving ahead as one in order to create the even better cars, and that's one of the things I've been telling to my people. So looking at the past 2 years, there was the huge challenge we had to face with, but well, in order to continue the sustainable growth, and if we have say perspective, and then it's just a moment of the long history. So I hope you can look forward to what we're going to be in the future. And for the media, I myself have become committed to enhance the further transparency and also the say higher requirement in order to live up to the expectation to the higher level of accountability. Of course, and sometimes my words are not sufficient in some cases, but I will do my best, and I have been doing my best to explain anything or everything that's not clear to the public. And that's what we are going to, and that's what I'm going to.
We have only 3 minutes. I'm very sorry. So the last question, Steve again. So Steve.
Mr. Toyoda, Steve Cropley again, Autocar London. I was quite puzzled by your Lexus presentation, Lexus GS presentation. When Lexus came into the market where I operate, it was a pure luxury car, quiet, very supple riding. The presentation we saw was quite noisy. The car was evidently a high-performance car and so forth. Is Lexus a luxury brand or a performance brand?
いや、それは変わってないと思いますが、音の件はね、私のエモーショナル性につながっておりますけれども、車にはノイズとされるものと気持ちいい音という2つあるというふうに思っております。ドライバーが意思を持ってアクセルを踏んだとき、この時に出る音というのは、私は気持ちがいい調味料のような音として味付けをしていきたいと思っています。ですけど、ドライバーが運転しているときに、一体これは何の音だろう、それからこの車大丈夫だろうかというのは、私は不安にさせるノイズは徹底的に潰していきたいというふうに思います。
Thank you.
maybe we can afford the last question, the very last one. The very last one.
Andrew Michael from Sunday Times again. There was a time not long ago when Toyota had a full range of sporting cars. Is the GT86 just the start of a return to that, or is it going to be a standalone sporting Toyota?
フルレンジのスポーツカーモデル。
Or when you had the MR2, I mean the Celica, the Supra, ones like that.
トヨタのですね、こういうスポーツカーの歴史をちょっと振り返りますと、20年に一度ですね、大きな波がやってまいります。1960年代に、2000GT という車、決して販売台数は多くないんですが、今も名車として、世界各国で評価されていると思います。で、その20年後にスプラ、セリカ、MRS、いろんなそのスポーツモデルが投入されました。そしてそれからまた20年ちょっと経ちましたけど LFA とか86とかいう車が今また登場し始めました。でちょうどですね先ほどビデオでもやりましたけど車を強くするために人を鍛えなきゃああいう車はできてこないと思います。ちょうど 2000GT を作った時に本当に新入社員だった本当に一メカニックだった人が40年経った LFA をやった時には本当にそのメカニックのリーダーとして車の味付けを担当したようにトヨタは非常に長期間にわたって人材育成をしております。ですから今後毎回20年後というわけにはいかないかもしれませんが私の気持ちではもうちょっと頻度よくしたいんですけど長期的にもですねぜひああいうエモーショナルな車というのは出していきたいと思っておりますのでぜひ皆様方からも応援いただきたいと思います。So I hope you would look forward to seeing another type, another model of that similar nature in the future.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.